It's another exciting episode of the KATcast. I'm Erin Hart, along with
Kevin Hilley
and Robb Rose.
And no Jordan J.
Well, young Jordan J is gallivanting in Colorado Springs.
Or so he thinks.
Yes. No, he actually does. I talked to his wife. I confirmed this.
He knew where he was going on vacation this time, right?
Yes. Yes. Normally he doesn't know. And he'll tell us some random state. And then when he comes back, we found out that, no, usually it's like the opposite direction. So like where he gets his ideas from, we do not know.
So we're talking scary movies today.
Yeah. I mean, it's October. People like to start watching scary movies, spooky shows, all of that. So what's everybody watching? Is there anything that you have to watch every year? Otherwise, it doesn't feel like Halloween.
Well, let's just start out by saying maybe Jordan's in another dimension. Right?
Ooh, there we go.
Yeah.
That could be it.
We'll start it off on a weird vibe.
That's right.
Okay.
Not one of sight or of sound, but of mind.
That's right. Exactly.
Well, when you're talking mind, you're not talking Hilley here. So I'm just saying right now. That's the whole
Look
thing.
at that. He's cracking his own joke.
He really is. So
now,
when it comes to scary movies, I don't like the hack 'em up, gory. No
That's
thanks.
really scary to me.
I mean, I like the whole kind of supernatural angle. I like the possibility of, or if, or like creature features, things like that.
well, those are the reasons why I like sci-fi movies for that kind of stuff. That kind of it opens the imagination. Ooh, what if this could happen? That sort of thing. But yes, I agree with you on the gross, gory slasher stuff. I don't like that. But I've admitted already, I'm not a horror flick fan. I'm not.
Sure.
Just in general, I'm not.
Sure.
That genre does not appeal to me.
So the husband and I, it's been about a week ago, we decided, hey, let's watch The Exorcist. And
What are you doing over there?
halfway through, I'm thinking, I don't remember this part. I don't remember this part. So I'm looking all wide-eyed at the husband like, did I watch a censored version? He goes, well, did you like watch it when it was on network TV or something? I said, I don't know. I was in high school.
Was it
More
ever
than likely,
on network TV?
They would have had to.
I don't remember that,
They would
but
have really
wow.
have had to censor it quite a bit.
The movie would have been 3 minutes long.
But oh my gosh,
saying.
let's just say there was a lot of parts that either A, I never saw before, or B, my young mind had completely blocked out, and I was just sitting there with my jaw just open the whole time, going, "What?"
Yeah.
All I know is I've never seen the movie, but I've seen enough clips, the parts that everybody know. Like I've seen the pea soup, I've seen the head turning around. That's all I need to see. That's good for Kevin. That's enough. Thank you very much. Have you seen the whole movie?
Does that scare you?
Yeah,
The supernatural thing?
It's not so much scare. It grosses me out, and I don't like being grossed out. That's
The
all.
supernatural stuff grosses you out?
No. I mean the whole.
Oh, the whole possession. She kept getting grosser and grosser as the movie went on.
Yeah. I mean, being scared is.
Spoiler alert, Kevin. At the end of the movie, she's okay.
I'm never going to see it, so I don't even need a spoiler on it. Alert. It's okay. It's good. I'll tell you this: the movies that scare me are. I don't even know if I can use the word scared. I want
to hear these.
The tension. No. Okay. You're going to laugh at me. Signs. Okay. See, at first I couldn't watch. I was watching it, and it's a great Mel Gibson flick, and I'm watching it, and then all of a sudden, when they got to the part of there's something in the closet, and the kid, and he's kind of taking the yardstick or the pointer stick or whatever, and jabbing it under the door at the thing. I'm going, don't do that! What are you doing? So I had to stop. I stopped. I turned it off. And I couldn't watch it again for like about another 3 or 4 days, and I turned it back on again.
Okay, so wait a minute. So what about that scared you?
It was. I expected something like frightening was going to open the door or whatever, and then I was going to see a scary image, and I don't like being scared.
Did E.T. scare you too?
No, E.T. was delightful.
Okay.
And he was a friendly, wonderful creature.
It could have been an E.T. behind that door.
It could have been, but it probably wasn't because this was Signs. And I think we had already established that whatever was here was bad.
Okay.
So, yeah. But that's the kind of movie I like. I like suspense. I like, not knowing but not. It's a fine line, I guess. That's all I'm saying.
I see. See, for me, it's one of those things like if there's a creature in it, like what you're talking about behind the door, that doesn't really scare me that much.
Right.
If there's like a Jason or a Freddy or a Michael Myers or any of that, that doesn't really scare me that much.
Yeah.
but the spiritual stuff, The
Yeah.
Exorcist, Possession.
Yeah.
Like there was a movie out there called The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
Oh, yeah.
That was a freaky movie. I mean, there's like one scene where some friend of hers, I think it was a guy, is over at her dorm room and they fall asleep in her dorm room and she's being possessed by this demon. And the guy wakes up and the minute he opens his eyes, she's in this weird, twisted, contorted position above him. And
no
I'm
way.
like, no.
Okay, even this, I will tell you, the scenes from Stranger Things where they raise the person up and then they're all getting all contorted.
Oh, yeah.
That freaked me out.
Yeah,
Okay, I don't like that.
Yeah, that was awful.
Yeah.
It really was.
That could be like that could be right out of a horror flick if you ask me.
Okay.
However, movies like Predator, remember where you got that
Sure.
That's not scary.
No.
Because
Or
I
like
don't,
Alien or Aliens.
Alien, maybe because they got the good guys fighting them or something. I don't know.
Okay, spoiler alert. Sigourney Weaver is in Alien.
Yeah,
No,
Not
the other
Arnold
one, the
Schwarzenegger.
Okay,
Predator.
Predator.
I'm
Okay.
talking about Predator.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
his mind was still back.
I was back
A
on
movie.
Predator.
Okay.
You were on Sigourney Weaver.
I was going to say, wait a tick. Those two people looked completely different, Hilley. How are you getting those two
Sigourney
confused?
Weaver is no Arnold.
No.
No, I know
No,
that.
She is not. Okay. So is there something that you have to watch every year because it's Halloween, like The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown? Mm-hmm. I mean, you got to share that with your grandkids.
Do I have? Nah. See,
You don't like Charlie Brown?
No, I like Charlie Brown. I learned a lesson with my kids. Okay, when my kids were little, I tried to sit them down in front of the TV to watch A Charlie Brown Christmas,
Classic.
and they were maybe 10 minutes into it. And they go, "We don't want to watch this." I go, "Why?" They go, "It's boring." I go, "Boring? You kids don't know what's good. This is a classic." So I didn't make them watch it.
Okay, so
Because it didn't have enough excitement or whatever. It's too much talking or
so
whatever.
I decided
don't know.
to introduce the husband to like The Nightmare Before Christmas and
Yeah.
The Corpse Bride. If you're not familiar with those, Tim Burton did those movies, and it's all like kind of like almost like the claymation. Like, you know, they have these figures, they move them a little bit, take a picture, move it a little bit more, take a picture.
How long did it take them to make
it
that
took something
thing?
crazy like 10 years
Oh
for The
my
Nightmare Before
gosh.
Christmas, you know, and maybe it was a little less, maybe it was a little more than that. I don't quite remember. But I mean, honestly, they're works of art.
Oh, yeah.
And I can appreciate that. 10 minutes into The Nightmare Before Christmas, the husband's like on his phone. I'm like, well, what are you doing? We're supposed to be watching a movie. He's like, this is boring. And I'm like, what?
No, I would see on this. I would differ with him. I actually liked The Nightmare Before Christmas. I didn't find that scary at all.
No.
I found it interesting.
Well,
you know what I'm
geared-
saying? The imagery and everything. I thought it was fascinating.
It's kind of geared sort of towards kids. You know, it's
Well,
supposed to
there
be
you go.
somewhat family friendly.
But, you know, Charlie Brown Christmas is kind of a bullying kind of a situation. You know what I mean? And would it fly now as much as it would when we were kids?
Bullying?
Don't you
Charlie Brown
think?
Christmas?
Yeah, they all kind of like pick on him all
Well,
the
that's
time.
true of every
and-
Charlie Brown movie. He's
They're always calling him a blockhead and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as long
Lucy's always jerking that football out from underneath him.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer was a bullying thing. From now on, we're not going to let Rudolph play in any more of our reindeer games.
Okay.
And that was the adult talking about that.
Oh,
All right,
I know.
The adult deer.
Christmas bullying. We'll get into that
That'll
next
be another
episode.
one.
Next episode.
Yeah.
Right here on the
Great.
KATcast.
Yeah.
A Christmas story. Enough said.
So what? So is there any movie that you want to watch or show every year, Robb Rose, to kind of get you in the Halloweeny spirit?
So I love the Charlie Brown Great Pumpkin.
I do too.
It's a Great Pumpkin, Charlie
Yeah.
Brown. Yeah.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
And Linus telling the story about the Great
The
Pumpkin.
Great Pumpkin. Yes.
Linus always explains everything. In the Charlie Brown Christmas, he explains about the first Christmas. And in It's a Great Pumpkin, he explains about, like, Linus is like a wealth of information. He knows everything.
He's your smart, nerdy friend.
He
He's
really,
a
with a
theologian,
blanket.
or what do they call those guys? Theologians or something?
Theologians?
Theologians?
What's a theology?
Theologian? I don't know. Who are you?
He's a theologian.
Go ahead and say it.
I'm Kevin Hilley.
There you go.
And I approve this message.
Jeez. Oh my gosh. But no, I mean, I like to watch the kind of creepy and on Netflix, Hulu, they all have like collections, you know, and Peacock does too of things. But Netflix, I tell you, did you ever watch The Haunting of Hill House?
Yes.
Is a series. I thought that was like ridiculously well done. If you'd ever read the book, like I had originally,
Wasn't it a movie?
well, there was a book first from like the 50s or 60s, which is a little creepy, but after watching that, I'm like, well, that was nothing like the book, obviously.
Erin reads, just so you know, Erin reads about 5 books a week.
Not that many. I don't have that kind of time.
Maybe 3 simultaneously.
Usually 2.
Okay, see?
But that's if I have the time, and I really have to work to fit it in. But
Kudos
that's kind
to you,
of
though. That's awesome.
That's sort of a pet peeve of mine, though. If you're reading the book and then you watch the movie and it doesn't line up, like
I've heard
Stephen
that
King's
so many
The Shining.
times. Yes.
Okay, everybody knows Jack Nicholson, trying to break into to get Shelley Duvall with the axe. And,
Right.
here's Johnny.
Here's Johnny.
Okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't an axe. It was a croquet mallet.
Oh, why did he make it an axe, I wonder? Because it's...
Stanley Kubrick had, he was able to kind of bend things a little bit, for dramatic effect.
Well, no,
like he had that permission from Stephen King.
Nobody's threatened by a croquet mallet. You know what I'm saying?
If somebody is obviously drunk and chasing you, I don't think I'd want to tangle with them.
My
I'd say
favorite
bring it on.
scene in The Shining has to be when Wendy's going backwards up the stairs, swinging the bat at Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm not going to hurt you, Wendy.
Yeah.
I'm just going to bash your brains in.
Is that one of the most iconic scenes in movies, though? The whole sequence there with him. That is just iconic.
Well, ironically, Stephen King didn't really like the finished product, so he redid The Shining and made it a TV miniseries.
I didn't know
Really?
that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and I'm trying to remember. It was one of the guys from Wings that was in it. That was the star that played.
Oh, I can picture him. I can't think of his name off the top of my head.
Yeah, but
Dave somebody or
no, it wasn't. Yeah, I can't think of his name either. But I'm just saying, for future reference, I'm sure you could probably find it on whatever streaming service out there. But that one follows the book much more closely.
I will tell you that I have stayed in a hotel. I have stayed in a hotel where the hallway looked like where those 2 girls in the blue were standing.
Really?
And I've taken a picture of it and posted it on Facebook. Hey, I'm waiting for the 2 girls to appear.
So, was it Steven Weber? It might have been Steven Weber.
Steven Weber, yeah.
Okay, but we actually went to the Stanley Hotel. That was part of our trip to Colorado a couple of years back. Because, when most kids were reading, Clifford Halloween and stuff, I just read books at a very fast pace, and my mom could not keep up. Like, she'd take me to the library so often, but then, we'd be at the grocery store. Mom, can I buy this book? Can I buy, it was getting kind of expensive.
It's like trying to feed a wild animal. You just can't.
So my mom loved reading Stephen King.
It,
and she had like this whole collection. And so she'd give me a book and she'd preface it with, nothing in this book is real. Nothing like this could really happen.
Hey, I need to talk to your mother because that is really disturbing to hear.
Did you guys stay in the hotel?
Did you
stay there?
We did not stay there, but we toured it.
Okay.
And it's incredible. In the book, it's the Overlook Hotel. And I was expecting it to be like on the side of this big mountain and hard to get to. No, it's right smack in the middle of Estes Park, Colorado.
After your mom gave you the Stephen King, did you go out as a family outing to The Exorcist?
No, we did not.
Okay.
We did not. Honestly, I don't think my dad had any idea the books I was reading. But she always prefaced it with,
Don't
remember,
tell your father.
nothing in this book could actually happen. And seriously, I don't know. What I like about books is you can tone it down a smidge in your mind. It's not nearly as...
You compensate.
You do.
Yeah.
You do. Yeah. I can censor it as much as I want.
This isn't scary. It's almost fun.
No, I wouldn't go that far. But I can make it a little more mildly creepy than flat out terrifying.
Okay. Now, isn't Stephen King doing The Boogeyman currently? Isn't that one of the ones he's working on now?
I believe so. Yeah.
The Boogeyman, as in like the Boogeyman that we all know from childhood.
Yeah.
Which the Boogeyman was always somebody different, I guess, in your mind or whatever, however you picture it.
Well, in my mind, it was always somebody underneath the bed.
Or in the closet.
So like you never
put your hands.
I didn't have a closet growing up.
You never hang your hands over the bed or whatever.
You never stick your leg out because what if he grabbed you?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Boogeyman.
Hey, I don't care how bad I had to go to the bathroom. I was staying in bed all night long because what if I stepped out to go to the bathroom and he grabbed my ankle and yanked me under the bed?
You know what it reminds me of?
What?
The movie The Prophet.
I never saw that.
Or not Prophet, The Prophecy.
I don't think
with
I've
Christopher
seen that.
Walken.
You guys have seen all these movies I've never heard of before.
So Christopher Walken.
I feel completely left out here.
Christopher Walken plays the devil in this movie.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And he's sitting there talking to this guy.
Yeah.
And he's like, remember when you were a kid and you thought I was hiding under the bed to grab you? And the guy goes, yeah. He goes,
I was.
See, it just confirms everything that we were talking about.
Hey, let's talk Star Trek episodes.
No, we're not gonna have a nerd episode until much further
That's
down.
what I'm gonna do. One of these days, we're gonna have a nerd episode.
That's fine.
But probably only Jordan, Jay, and I will be able to talk about it. You know,
Rob and I will bring snacks that day.
I might be able to hang a little bit.
No, Rob is kind of a Trek fan. Yeah, he
not
knows
as much as you guys.
He
are.
knows some Trek. Yeah. One of these days.
I'll just sit here with my snacks.
Erin will sit here with a coffee
content.
Of course, Erin can lure me away with snacks. Just saying.
Exactly. We're all about snacks around here. So,
Yes.
Okay, what was your favorite costume as a kid? Quick.
Superman.
Favorite
Batman.
costume? Batman. Punky Brewster.
Oh, yeah,
I can totally see it.
As a kid. Oh, wait, I've seen the picture of you from Halloween when you were a kid.
So
I think it's Punky Brewster.
Yeah. So begged my Mom, I want to be Punky Brewster, and she's like, well, I don't know where to find a purple jean jacket vest. So we went to the grocery store, and remember they used to sell Rit dye.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got some of that, and we had it in, put it in the washing machine. And she was like, well, I'm not just going to dye one thing. So how about you go and if there's anything else that you want to dye, that way we can do it right
All
then
together,
and there.
right. Get it done in one.
We're doing it one
fell
and done.
swoop.
That's it.
right. Exactly.
So yeah, I had purple sweatshirts and T-shirts and underwear and socks for like 10 years. It was awesome. And everything I could think of that I wanted purple, it went into that washer.
Meanwhile, your brother's like, why is all my underwear purple now?
It was just mine. It was just my undies.
Did you hear about the shipwreck with the red ship and the blue ship?
No.
All the sailors got marooned.
Ba-da-ba.
And this is why we hesitated to do a podcast. Okay?
Not at all. Not at all.
So you know.
Yeah, if there's ever something that you want to hear us, talk about or pick our brains about, you can always shoot us an email, catcountry@mailzimmer.com.
Yeah. And
Kevin just looks disappointed. Yeah.
No. I think it's a fantastic idea. No, if you got something you want to hear us talk about or to say you guys are terrible, why are you even doing this?
Exactly. This is just a little extra way for you to get to know us.
Exactly. Yeah. So
That and we actually like each other, and this gives us an excuse to hang out for 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's fun times.
Yeah. So that concludes this KATcast podcast. It's Kevin Hilley.
Erin Hart.
Robb Rose.
And thanks for listening.